Hello students, today we are going to see the topic ethers, but it comes under the hydroxy compound chapter, but it is a different part. So different functional group, that is ethers. What do you mean by ethers? It's a very important question. What are ethers? What are the classification of ethers? One full 5-mark question. So R means alkyl group or aryl group. R, wherever R comes, means alkyl group, that is methyl, ethyl, propyl, butyl, pentyl, isopropyl, etc. And also aryl group also the same R can be used, but instead of R we can use R dash. So phenyl C6H5 group, C6H5CH2 group is called benzyl group. So they are called as alkyl group or aryl group. Ethers are a class of organic compound in which the oxygen atom is connected to aryl or alkyl group on both the sides. See, oxygen atom, both the sides, that is one side alkyl group, other side may be alkyl group or aryl group. So anyway, it is a class of organic compounds in which the oxygen atom, here I will put lone pair electrons because oxygen atomic number is 8. So outermost having 6 electrons is there. So that is 6 electron, that means 2,6, that is 6 electrons. 2 electrons are goes to bonding with R group. Remaining 4 electrons is represented as, that is the lone pair electron. So nothing but these 2 lone pair electrons in which the oxygen atom is attached or connected to alkyl group or aryl group. So this is called as ethers. And its general formula is CN H2N plus 2, that is H2N plus 2 and O. It's not 20, oxygen atom is present. CN H2N plus 2 O, like alkane, alkene, alkyne. So there is a general formula, no? CnH2n plus 2, then CnH2n, CnH2n minus 2. So this is, they are called as homologous series. Similarly, for the general formula for ether is CnH2n plus 2 O. So this is may asked in 1-mark question. Now coming to classification of ethers. So ethers may be divided into 2 types. One is simple ether or symmetric ether. We can also say that symmetric ether, and mixed ether or asymmetric ethers. So simple ether, mixed ether. In the ether compound, if the oxygen atom is connected with the alkyl group, which is maybe a same type, means that is both alkyl or aryl group attached to oxygen or same, means we call it as a simple ethers. Example, so for aliphatic ether, the oxygen atom is attached to alkyl group. Here also methyl, here also methyl. So these are example for aliphatic ethers, that is simple ether. And one more example for simple ether is, here oxygen atom is attached, in this side is C6H5 group and the next side is C6H5 group. So we can also write like this. So it is naming I will show in the next paper. So here dimethyl ether, 2 methyl groups are same, here 2 phenyl groups are same. So these 2 example comes under simple ether. But coming for mixed ether, the 2 alkyl or aryl groups attached to the oxygen atom are different. That means one side may be alkyl or other side may be aryl, or one side may be a methyl, other side ethyl. If it comes, means it is a mixed ether. So example, here see, in oxygen atom one side is methyl group, other side is isopropyl group. Here one side is methyl group, other side is, that is benzene group, that is phenyl group. So here 2 alkyl groups are different. Here one is alkyl, other one is aryl. So anyway, oxygen atom both the sides groups are different. So it comes under mixed ethers. So here in this page we saw that what are ethers, what is the general formula, and what is the classification of ethers, that is simple ether and mixed ether. Simple ether means, simply we can say simple ether means on oxygen atom both the sides are similar group. Mixed ether means, so the groups which is attached to oxygen atom is different. So example, methoxymethane, phenoxybenzene, these are example. Here 2-methoxypropane and methoxybenzene is an example. So next we will see about the nomenclature. Next we are going to see about the nomenclature, how to giving a name for the ethers. So this one I explained in the 11th standard itself. Once again we can recall. the most basic, first simple ether is CH3O CH3. First we have to know the group name. CH3 means methyl. CH3 CH2 means ethyl. CH3 CH3 means this group is called as a isopropyl group, and the C6H5 group is called as phenyl. If it know means we can easily name it. First I will explain the common name and next IUPAC name. So here CH3O CH3 means there are two methyl group is there. So usually all the common names end with ether. So two methyl group is there. So dimethyl ether. Here one is methyl, other one is ethyl group. One side fully ethyl and another side is methyl. So which one comes first? Either methyl or ethyl. So for that confusion, first we have to see the starting letter which comes in the alphabet. Here methyl M, here ethyl E. So E will comes first. So therefore ethyl methyl ether. The next here both the groups are ethyl group, CH3 CH2. Here also CH3 CH2. So simply we can say it's an example for simple ethers. It is a diethyl ether. And here this group is called as a methyl group, and this one is isopropyl. If it comes in straight chain means we call it as a propyl. But here it is a branched one. So CH3 CH3. So it is isopropyl group. So we cannot then isopropyl methyl means first which one comes, see we have to see only the main, that is P comes first. So isopropyl methyl ether is a common name. Then here C6H5 is called as a phenyl group and CH3 is called as a methyl group. So first M comes first, so methyl phenyl ether. Then here this group is called ethyl group, so ethyl comes first, ethyl phenyl ether. Then here both the groups are phenyl group, so diphenyl ether. Here this one is CH3, then O. This one is not a confusion, it's not a big structure, simply one, that is CH2 we have to write 6 times, CH2 up to 6 times we have to write, then CH3. So total number of carbon here is, here 6 carbon, here only 1. So totally 7 group is there, so it is called as heptyl. So H1 comes first and then methyl comes second. So heptyl methyl ether. Then similarly the same structure is here. Instead of methyl, here phenyl group is there. So heptyl phenyl ether. Then next dimethyl glycolate. So we know glycol structure is CH2OH, CH2OH. So instead of see once again I am saying CH2OH, CH2OH. So instead of hydrogen atom, methyl group is there. So therefore it is called as a dimethyl glycolate. So similar way, that is in same structure of glycol, instead of 2 hydrogen atom, 2 methyl group is attached. So it is called as a dimethyl glycolate. I think there is no doubt in the naming of common name. Now comes to IUPAC name. So once again I explain, CH3 group is called methyl, C2H5 or CH3CH2 is called as ethyl, C6H5 means phenyl group. So using this, and also common name end with ether, and 2 alkyl group is there means first which comes in alphabet we have to giving priority. Then now comes to naming of IUPAC name. In IUPAC name the root word is oxy. We have to use in all the namings. Oxy means ethers, there is instead of oxygen. Then here CH3O, this group methyl and oxygen together we call it as a methoxy. So methoxy methane. Then second here this is methyl and this is ethyl. Whether we have to say methoxyethane or ethoxymethane. Here also one confusion arises. So for that to avoid that confusion, think that the oxygen atom only comes along with the less alkyl group. This is very easy. So the oxygen atom comes along with only methyl group, that is less alkyl group. Here if we say methyl, there is only 1 carbon. Here 2 carbon is there, so it is a ethyl. So methoxyethane. So methoxyethane. Second here third structure, both the groups are same. So ethoxyethane. Then here this is a methoxy group and this is a chain, that is propane. 3 carbon is their root word. So 1, 2, 3. So actual name is, it is a 2-methoxypropane because second carbon only this methoxy group is there. So first carbon, second carbon, third carbon. So 2-methoxypropane. Then next this is a methoxy group. When compared to phenyl, methyl group is a less alkyl group, so it comes as a methoxy. This one is benzene, methoxy benzene. Here it is a ethoxy because C2H5, ethoxy benzene. Here both the groups are same, so phenoxy benzene. Here also methoxy, and this is a full long chain compound, no? So heptane. So methoxy heptane. Here phenoxy heptane. Then here 1,2 dimethoxy ethane. Dimethoxy means, suppose ethane formula we know, take this is the main thing. CH3 means we call it as a ethane. In that one, instead of one hydrogen and here one hydrogen, this two OCH3 group is attached. Here one methoxy group, here one methoxy group. Therefore 1,2 dimethoxy ethane. So this was a little different from other. So keep it in mind. The common name is dimethyl glycolate and IUPAC name is 1,2 dimethoxy ethane. So I think you are all understood the common name and IUPAC name. Next, coming to preparation of ethers. Next, preparation of ethers. So only three preparation. So these three very important preparation. So intermolecular dehydration. Dehydration means we know removal of water molecule. Intermolecular means between two molecule. Here one ethanol, CH3, CH2OH, CH3, CH2OH. When we take two molecules of ethanol on heating in the presence of corn H2SO4 at 413 Kelvin. This is very important. 413 Kelvin, not 443. So 413 Kelvin, it forms here one hydrogen, here one OH is removed as water molecule. Then remaining we have combine and write CH3, CH2, this O, then CH2, CH3. So this is ethyl, this is also ethyl, so diethyl ether. Now see the theory part. When ethanol is treated with the corn H2SO4 at 443 Kelvin, that means if we take only one molecule of ethanol and heating at 443 Kelvin means elimination of water molecule takes place and it forms ethene only. But we want ether. So we have to take two molecules of ethanol heating at 413 Kelvin to presence of corn H2SO4. This is condition is very important to form diethyl ether. Then second, Williamson synthesis. This is already we studied in phenol, I think so, phenol chapter. So once again I explain. So Williamson synthesis. When sodium methoxide, that is when alkyl halide is heated with an alcoholic solution of sodium alkoxide, ethers are obtained. See, CH3ONA, there is sodium methoxide, that is methanol, CH3OH, instead of H, sodium is there, so sodium methoxide when treated with ethyl bromide. So here Na and this one Br, removes NaBr and remaining CH3OC2H5. So methoxy ethane can also be prepared. So main thing, this alkyl halide, either in the board exam for the correction part, either they ask theory or equation. So at least learn any one. So alkyl halide means this one. Treated with the alcoholic solution of sodium alkoxide means this one. Or simply you learn the equation and it forms the SN2 mechanism. This is for objective type. They may ask Williamson synthesis is followed what type of mechanism. In option it is given as SN1, SN2, E1, E2. So we have to tick it is an SN2 mechanism. Next we are going to see the third methods of the preparation, that is from diazomethane. So diazo means it is N2. So methane formula CH4. Instead of two nitrogen is attached. So when ethanol is treated with diazomethane and heated in the presence of hydroborofluoric acid, simply we can say HBF4. Here the N2 alone is removed, plus N2 is removed, and here one CH2, here one hydrogen. So totally it combined to form CH3. So when ethanol is treated with the diazomethane, it forms a methoxy ethane. So only three preparations are there. First method is intermolecular dehydration of alcohol. Second one is Williamson synthesis, and the third one is from diazomethane. So only three preparations are there. Next, coming to properties of ethers. So this may be asked in 5 mark question. That is how ethers react with number 1 with the HI, and oxidation, that is with the O2, with the chlorine, with the PCl5, with the H2SO4. These 5 properties very, very important. Or they may ask in conversion. How will you convert methoxybenzene to phenol or diethyl ether to peroxide, like that the question may ask. So anyway, learn all the 5 equations thoroughly. First reaction with the HA. See, methoxyethane and here is the methoxybenzene. So difference is only here methyl, here there is ethyl group and here is a phenyl group. So methoxyethane and methoxybenzene. If you know the name, you can write, or else only the equation alone. When it is treated with the HI, that is hydroiodic acid and heater, here this methyl group, only CH3 takes away this iodine to form as methyl iodide, and this H comes and add with here to form a CH3, CH2OH. So as ethanol. So methoxyethane treated with HI, it forms methyl iodide and ethanol. Then next methoxybenzene. Here also same HI, this iodine goes and add with this methyl group, the forms this methyl iodide, and this H add and goes here C6H5O and H to forms phenol. So why this iodine, in both the cases, the iodine atom only attaches with the less alkyl group. Here it added with methyl to form methyl iodide. Here it added with methyl to form methyl iodide. And remaining hydrogen atom forms as a ethanol, and here hydrogen atom forms as a phenol. So important reaction. The next comes to oxidation reaction. When diethyl ether, that is when ethers are stored in presence of atmospheric oxygen. Mostly ethers are highly volatile substance. Even when we stored in the presence of atmospheric oxygen, it forms hydroperoxides. That means when there is OO linkage, we call it as a peroxide. So hydroperoxides, they are very explosive in nature, and it is a spontaneous oxidation occurs. So immediately it forms a peroxide, and this peroxides highly explosive substance. So diethyl ether, excess of oxygen, it forms. So diethyl ether, and with excess of oxygen, it forms a diethyl peroxide, this OO linkage. Nothing but easily only one oxygen atom comes and add with here to form as a peroxide linkages. So diethyl peroxide, and this is a slow reaction. Next with the chlorine, diethyl ether when reacting with the chlorine, there is a presence of sunlight. So this is very simple. Wherever hydrogen atom is there, you have to change them into chlorine. Some simple one. Here 3 hydrogen plus 2 hydrogen, totally 5. This 5 hydrogen changes into 5 chlorine. So 5 chlorine. And here also 5 chlorine. So all the totally, see, 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 2 7 plus 3 10. 10 hydrogen. This 10 hydrogen now changes into 10 chlorine. So totally 20 chlorine are there. So this 20 chlorine, remaining the 10 chlorine goes and add here, and remaining 10 chlorine takes away this hydrogen atom to form as a 10 HCl. So important reaction, how diethyl ether changes into perchlorodiethyl ether. The name is perchlorodiethyl ether. All the hydrogen atom, totally 10 hydrogen atom changes into 10 chlorine atom to form a C2Cl5O C2Cl5. The next reaction is with the PCl5. So with the PCl5 is very, very easy. So here one cleavage and here one cleavage. Because 5 chlorine atom is there, each ethyl group takes away one chlorine. So CH3, CH2, Cl, CH3, CH2, Cl. That's why I wrote here 2 molecules of ethyl chloride, and remaining 3 chlorine is there, and 1 phosphorus and 1 oxygen goes as phosphorus oxychloride. Then with H2SO4, it forms the alcohol. So here OH, because H and OH is there, one H is goes as here and other one OH, it forms the 2 molecules of ethanol. Already we saw in the preparation, from the 2 molecules of ethanol, intermolecular dehydration, diethyl ether is prepared. Now we are going to convert diethyl ether into ethanol by treated with dilute H2SO4 and presence of water to form a ethanol. So these are the reactions of alkyl, that is aliphatic ethers. So all are, there is methyl group, ethyl group, like that. So reactions, that are totally 5 reactions are there, 5 very, very important. Next we are going to see about the electrophilic substitution reactions of anisole. Is a very important reaction. So anisole formula we know, C6H5O CH3. This is a starting material. There are only 4 reactions, that's why 4 arrow mark is there. So nothing but electrophilic substitution reactions of anisole, or how will you how anisole reacts with bromine nitrating mixture, then anhydrous aluminum chloride, and with the presence of CS2. Now anisole, that is methoxybenzene, is called as a IUPAC name. Anisole is a common name. So when anisole is treated with the bromine, only this methoxy group move the bromine atom to the ortho position as well as para position. So it is a ortho, the methoxy group is called as a, is a one mark question. Methoxy group is a ortho and para directing group. So here bromine atom, it is a Br plus. This Br plus, it is a bromonium ion. It is called as electrophile, which attacks only the ortho position as well as the para position. But the para position product is a major product. This is a minor product. Then similarly for nitrating mixture, so it's con H2SO4 and con HNO3. Here these two react and produce the NO2 group. This is called as a nitronium ion. They attack also in ortho as well as para, and the para position is a major product. Then the third reaction is with the reaction with the anhydrous aluminum chloride, but in the presence of acetyl group. Here CH3COCl. So here also the COCH3 acetyl group attacking the ortho as well as para position. And here anhydrous aluminum chloride, the same, both are same reaction, but here the catalyst is here CH3COCl, but here is the carbon disulfide, that is CH2 group, and the attacking position is a methyl group. So it forms a ortho, that is 2-methoxy-toluene as well as 4-methoxy-toluene. So toluene structure we know, benzene ring, in top one methyl group is there, means it is a toluene, and in the nearest position, ortho position, it is a methoxy group is there, so it is a 2-methoxy-toluene. So these are the 4 electrophilic substitution reactions of anisole, or how anisole reacts with bromine nitrating mixture and acetyl chloride and methyl chloride. Now we are going to see the uses of diethyl ether as well as anisole. So diethyl ether formula we know C2H5O C2H5, and anisole formula is C6H5OCH3, and this is a aliphatic ether and this one is the aromatic ether. So the main difference is diethyl ether is used for surgical anesthetic, that is anesthesia agent in the surgery, first point. Then second point, it is acting as a good solvent for many organic reactions. So for dissolving many organic compounds, diethyl ether is used as a good solvent. Then third one as a refrigerant, that means in fridges or AC, as a cooling material it is used. And fourth one, it is a volatile fluid for diesel and gasoline engine, that means instead of petrol it is mixed with alcohol and it is used as a volatile fluid. Now we are coming to the uses of anisole. Anisole is used as a perfumery, so don't change it. This is an anesthetic and this is a perfumes. So for the perfume preparations, anisole is used because it is aroma. So aromatic ether, aroma means smell. So it is anisole, it is an aromatic ether, that is methoxybenzene, used as a perfumery and also as an insecticide pheromones, that means for DDT preparation it is also used. And the second point is a pharmaceutical agent, that is in a medicinal purpose. The last topic is difference between diethyl ether and anisole. So this page is not given in your textbook, but the question may comes. So diethyl ether, anisole, it is used as an anesthetic. Here it is used as a perfumery. And diethyl ether is used as a solvent. Here it is not used as a solvent. Then with HA, we saw in the chemical reaction itself. So with HA it forms ethanol and ethyl iodide, but here it forms the phenol and methyl iodide. Then in diethyl ether it does not undergo nitration reaction. Here it undergoes the nitration, forms nitroanisoles. So we saw in the chemical property, no. So with the nitrating mixture it forms nitroanisoles, but here it does not undergo nitration reaction. The last one, diethyl ether do not undergo electrophilic substitution reaction, but anisole undergo electrophilic substitution reaction. So far children, we saw the ethers, classification of ethers, and preparation of ethers and properties of diethyl ether, and also properties of anisole, that is how anisole undergo electrophilic substitution reaction, and uses of diethyl ether and anisole, and the comparison between aliphatic ether and the aromatic ether. Thank you children.